Can y'all hear me crunching on a cookie?
Yes.
Can I go live?
Okay, you ready?
Yes.
Yep. The views and opinions expressed in the show do not reflect the opinions expressed by the owners of DTMWickedRadio.com.
Hey, everybody. Thanks for joining me. This is your host, Selena Roane, with Close to Death. It is brought to you by D.T.M. Wicked Radio and powered by FEAR Paranormal. Tonight, I'm really excited because these guys, I'm telling you what, after the debacle that had happened this weekend in Tombstone, oh, my God, I can't wait for these guys to get going. I have Connie Williams, Gary Brown, and Becky Ham on with me, and they are the people behind ASAP or ASAP Entertainment. You guys are there, right?
Hi, Selena.
We're here.
I'm here.
Hey, it's good to have you guys on. I just want to say once again, thank you so much for stepping in after I got removed from the event this weekend, for standing up for folks. I just couldn't take it anymore, but you guys swooped in and you did what should have been done to begin with and took really good care of me, and I really appreciate that. I want to say thanks for that.
You're quite welcome. You're very welcome.
You're welcome.
We're just doing what needed to be done.
True that. And, you know, Connie, why don't you tell the audience a little bit about yourself? We'll go down the line and let you each tell kind of what's up with you.
Okay.
So go ahead, Connie.
Okay, well, as Selena said, my name is Connie Williams, so I guess I should explain that part first. I married my cousin. No, I'm kidding you. I did not marry my cousin. Maiden name was Williams, and I married a Williams, so that's that. A little bit about my background is I am first and foremost a businesswoman. I own 3 businesses, and in addition to that, I have a very positive outlook. I believe in positive mental attitude, as I say, PMA. I am neither an optimist or a pessimist, but I am an opportunist. I see an opportunity to bring something very good to the paranormal community. So that's a little bit about my background. And like I say, I'm first and foremost a businesswoman. And so I'll let Gary and Becky talk a little bit about themselves also.
All right, how about Becky? Becky, you want to go ahead?
Sure. My name is Becky Ham. Live here in Tennessee. I'm also a very successful business owner. I own 3 different businesses as of right now. I say that because we've got 2 or 3 more that we are in the process of opening up. So I just added another business because I was just really bored and wanted something else to do. When you meet me in person, folks out there, I am older than I look. Trust me. I look like a 20-year-old, but I'm definitely about to turn 40 this year. So just to give y'all a little idea that don't look at me like I'm a little kid, because I'm actually a grown woman. I'm just not fully grown yet. So I have been in the paranormal field for about 3 years now, just as a individual investigator, just joining groups here and there. I'm just like Connie. I saw the potential for this to be a very, very lucrative business that we're about to get into, and I'm an honest businesswoman. I'm not about cheating people out of their money, and I want to give you what you pay for.
That's what we want to hear. Trust me. I know a lot of people are on the line, but you know, listening to this because of all the things that have happened, and they're extremely excited about your venture. But Gary, this is something that possibly you've been thinking about for quite some time. Why don't you tell the audience a little bit about you?
Well, I'm Gary Brown, and I own Spirit Paranormal Equipment. I've been making paranormal equipment for probably the last probably about the last 4 or 5 years. In the public's eye, of course, I've made my own equipment for many years before. And just, I don't know, when I first started out, I just felt that a lot of these people were overpriced. A lot of a lot of the people in the paranormal community couldn't afford to go spend, 2 or 3 paychecks just for one piece of equipment. So I started making equipment, selling it affordable, and that's kind of what I've been doing. And then the recent business with ASAP Entertainment is something that I've had kind of on the back burner for some time. I've always wanted to put something like this together, and of course, Connie and Becky, we've all been friends for quite some time, and we've talked about my ideas and their ideas, and then we just kind of approached each other and was like, hey, the idea is there, the potential is very good, and let's do it. And we haven't looked back, and and that's where we're at. There's been an overwhelming response as soon as we released what we were doing, and it's going to be good. It's going to be good for us. It's going to be good for the people in the paranormal community because we're honest, we're trustworthy, and if we say that we're going to have an event somewhere, then we're going to have it. People's not going to have to worry about if we're going to be there or if the talent's going to be there and if they're going to get screwed out of their money, because we just don't operate that way. And that's my little take on that.
Gary?
Yeah, go ahead.
Okay. And just as Gary said, we are honest people. We do possess some things that, in my opinion, as a businesswoman for many years, that it is a necessity that you have. And not only do you need to be honest in order to have a business, but you must have integrity, and you must have character and professionalism. With that being said, we all three came together on this venture because all three of us had experience in different areas, and to the point of expert experience in different areas. And we felt like we could bring this together and be able to take the attributes that we had and apply them toward this business and be able to put out a very productive talent line, events, and conventions. Not only that, but then we ventured into talent agents. So we really felt like we had what it took. Becky has the most phenomenal skills with putting together conventions because her businesses, she does a lot of that. I also do a lot of conventions and gatherings with my businesses. And then Gary had what we did not have. Gary had all of the connections in the paranormal field because he's been in the field for quite some time. We figured out very quickly that we had a lot in common when we investigated together. If I can point this out, Becky, can you kind of tell them what your talents are on the paranormal side as far as your abilities in this field?
Well, what's neat about me is I have a lot in common with Selena. Selena and I'm an empath, and I also practice Reiki. And I've been told that I vibrate at a very, very high rate.
Ooh, that kind of sounds fun.
I know, right? so if you need a little extra vibration, come on over and see me. So I'm an energy beacon. I put out a lot of high energy. Weird things tend to flock towards me. So it's a lot of fun. And I didn't discover my abilities until late in life. I kind of always knew they were there, but I suppressed them and didn't want to acknowledge them. And finally, I just said, you know what, I'm going to let my freak flag wave. And so here I am, world.
I love you, Becky. I swear to God. And we do. We're like two freaking magnets that go together. Whenever we're in a room, it's like we can be on the other opposite corners of the room, and somehow we end up next to each other.
And it's like we have such the same train of thought, too. So which is
exactly.
And
So that always works out.
And the other flip side of that is Becky and I have been, first and foremost, best friends for many years. I introduced her to her husband, and it was a match made in heaven. And Becky and I, it's my fault. Becky and I worked together in Nashville, Tennessee, and the whole time that we worked together, neither one of us ever talked about our paranormal experiences or anything like that. And the things that I bring to the field on the paranormal side is I knew at age 6 that I had abilities that were unlike anyone else I knew. When I had my first experience, my first paranormal experience, I have an uncanny ability to be able to see what others do not see, to be able to communicate. I'm like a beacon, to be able to communicate with spirits. I'm very much on the empath side, but I have the eyes to see also. And then Gary came into the picture, and Gary and I are so much alike. We both have those same qualities. Gary, talk about yours a little bit.
Yeah, please, because I do believe that I wasn't aware that actually Gary had, any type of abilities, because, Sloss was the first time that I ever met Gary, and that's when we kind of made this kind of para-family type thing, and it was really cool, but, I didn't know that Gary actually had, abilities until Sloss. So tell us about those, Gary, because that was really an eye-awakening experience there at that location, I do believe, for y'all.
Yes,
Yeah,
it was.
yeah, it's definitely been a life-changing experience, but I guess probably to the best of my knowledge, maybe around the age of 5 or 6, I was at my grandparents' house, and, they lived in a new neighborhood, and I was outside playing, and I heard some girl calling my name. And I turn around and look, and there's a little girl standing in the driveway bouncing a ball. And as I turned around to approach this little girl, she just disappeared. Which, I mean, at that age, I don't know. I mean, that's all I could think. And as years passed, crazy things happened, and of course at that time, growing up and being a teenager and stuff, I mean, heck, you don't know what's going on. I mean, yeah, okay, I saw this, but okay, man.
Yeah, you're too damn busy being a teenager and pissing your parents off to worry about what's going on.
Yeah, and and as I got older, the stuff started happening, and then I guess really when I started getting into the paranormal and everything, and started going on to some of these locations, then things just started just going crazy. And I would say within the last 4 to 5 years, things have just spiraled out of control, and it's like I can go in somewhere and, I'm seeing things. I'm seeing people. I'm hearing people say things. I'm getting full-body apparitions, clothing color. I mean, at Sloss, I was removing a piece of equipment that I had sitting on this wall, this little half wall, and I turned around, and I was like, I just had one of those reactions like, sorry. And Becky and Connie, they were both in the room, and everybody's looking at me like, no one's behind you. Okay, well, there's a guy standing here that was tying his shoe, wearing like a blue work shirt. And, and this guy, he did appear more than once that night, and then, then all hell literally broke loose
in the
same
room.
location.
Oh, that boiler room, ooh.
Yeah, it's but yeah, I mean, I can see things, I can hear things. It's different. I'm trying to learn how to deal with it. I've never had anybody, show me how to deal with it or explain to me how to deal with it. I just kind of literally let it go in one ear and out the other. I mean, numerous occasions.